film is intended for mature audiences and contains adult content, graphic language, graphic violence, nudity, and strong sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised. Like, we'll leave it up to you, but you gotta know about this stuff before getting into this whole thing, you know? I mean, straight up, one guy gets his face bitten off by a raccoon, and we show it. Oh man, do we show it. Real big close-up. And we spoke to a scientist to make sure it was, you know, physically correct and whatever. We said, hey, scientist guy, like, how much damage could a raccoon realistically do? And he told us a lot.
Have no shame for what you believe. Feel the black sky ecstasy. The more you move, the more you forget. You feel the bass break apart your chest. Feel the rhythm surrounding me, consuming my soul, everything. But you're an outcast, attention, or you keep on moving till you hit the floor.
Alright, y'all, he's cool.
He's Kegs. Kegs, who do we got tonight?
We have one of the... I can't use legendary. We just used that one not too long ago. What's a good word? What's another good word? One of the most prestigious individuals to have ever played the game. We have the one and only Dr.Chips. Mr. Chips, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing well, brothers. How you doing?
Doing great.
I can't complain none. I mean, it's raining finally. I could use that. So, I guess just to start us off, if you want to just segue into how you came about in the game, give us a little razzle dazzle on yourself, and we'll continue from there.
Yeah, a long time ago, I kind of stumbled across the game, was looking for something to do, and I joined this squad called AAF because it was the only one that would take me because it was an open squad, and it was Australian Air Force, and they were terrible, but I was in there with some really good people. Like I met Rampage in there. We started to fly together. Moved on to OTA. I don't know if you guys have been around long enough to remember them.
Vaguely.
It sounds familiar. That's I got to dig through some cobwebs to.
That's way back. Yeah, they went up to like number 3. It was Out of the Ashes, and myself, Rampage, and a few others were like in command of that. Then we left that, and we formed a squad, infamously known as D1X, and we started it, and it was called Dicks because we were a bunch of dicks for shutting down our old squad. And then we left. I left that to join LS. With Lonnie and a bunch of those guys. Met some really great people there as well, and decided to take a break from that and helped found LAA and got that off the ground, and it was a hell of a run at every one of the places along the way.
Fuck yeah. Let me ask you this, who are you outside of the game? So like, anything you would like to disclose about your real life?
Yeah, I'm a Chevy car salesman. I've been doing that for 20 years. Like anyone else, I like cars, I like guns, grilling, whatever. Pretty easygoing guy.
You have kind of a distinct accent. What region do you live in, I guess, or you got any cities you'd like to shout out?
I was born and raised in the greatest city in the world, right outside of Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston,
baby.
So does that mean that your favorite beer is Sam Adams?
Honestly, it's like a given. You have to, in a sense, have a Sam Adams. We do have a local brewery here called Harpoon that's pretty big over in the area in New England that a lot of us like.
Sam Adams and the socks, boy.
Sam Adams and the Boston Lager. I think you are handed now, whoever is at the hospital, a copy of Good Will Hunting.
How do you like them apples?
Oh, man. That's great, man. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. All right, man.
Well, dude, we've heard story after story about how well respected you are. Why do you think that is?
honestly, I really don't know. I just tried to not be the bad guy in the game, and I think the game gives you an option to be whoever you really want to be. You can be yourself, or you can be someone else. But I tried to be more true to who I was, because I was the hatchet man before, the enforcer taking people out, and I really didn't like that. And it gave me an opportunity to, as I've moved on in the game, to just be myself. And people really want to talk. They want to tell you about themselves, and you do find out that people have a lot of real life stuff going on, and sometimes they don't want to talk to their spouse, their family. They just kind of want to vent to some stranger across, and I was there for a lot of people, and they were there for me. It's really just a different kind of vibe where you get to know them in their everyday lives.
Yeah. Exactly why
so
this is. Yep.
If you don't mind me asking, then, is that where the doctor came from, or how did you come up with Dr.Chips?
All right, so Dr.Chips is really a nickname. It's not me, technically. I have a cat named Samson, and when you get a cat, you name him all different kinds of things to see what the hell he'll answer to. And I call him Chips, and I've called him Dr.Chips and stuff like that. So it's what I call my cat. Big, fat, 15-pound orange tabby.
Hey, man, it works.
And the mask, so we're digging behind the mask right now. The mask is a plague doctor mask, because I've always liked the idea of the plague doctor, the culture behind it. Now it's coming back in as a costume, but the history behind it was really cool as well.
Well, you always said you just said we all wear masks, right? So, can you elaborate a little bit on that, like in the psychological sense?
Well, I think that everyone in this game can be who they want to be, whether it's really them or not. I try to be as close to genuine as I can. I still remain private, don't get me wrong, but there are some people who know. Like, I'm going to meet Hillshot this week. He's in Boston. I'm in southern New Hampshire, and I'm going to go meet him. He's a great guy. We know a lot of people together. I've met Ted Stryker. Probably going to meet some other players from the New England area, like Chainsaw, stuff like that.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Well, and again, masking in general means, I guess, the condensed version is basically putting on a facade for different reasons. So you could wear a mask for work, you could wear a mask for your spouse, you could wear a mask anywhere, basically. Basically, the idea is you're masking when you're not being your genuine self. I just want to throw that out there.
No, and I think that's kind of true. I think the way I kind of intended that to come out is you can be whoever you want.
No, 100%. I want to make that clear. I wasn't saying you were masking. I was just saying the concept of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I think some people have a comfort level in Discord and in the game being something that they're, to be different from who they are in real life. And I think that that's important for people to have an escape from reality sometimes. Mm-hmm. And, if you think about it, it's a pay-to-play game, and, Discord's free, and you get a balance between the two, because a lot of our squads had Discord required, so you could have that bond between players that you could actually get to know them, and then as you do that, you do feel more committed to your brothers and your sisters in the game, teammates, whatever you want to call them, that you want to play with, and you don't want to let them down, and that's what the Discord created.
100%. 100%. Kegs?
Yeah, I'd say I don't really know how to follow that. That was that struck home real quick.
Yep.
You guys still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Oh, sorry about that. I must have had like a weird little connection blip there for a second.
That's the tech department right there.
Get IT on the phone.
Have you tried shutting it off and turning it back on?
If I'm going to do that, I'm hucking it in the lake I'm sitting next to, and we're calling it done, alright? Anyway, so, Honestly, I never really got to fly with you a whole lot there, Chips. Rampage, on the other hand, has been a thorn in my side for many, many, many sorties.
Honestly, one of the nicest guys. Really is a great guy.
Oh, he's chill as hell. We've cut it up on Gen Chat a few times. I don't actually think I'm in a Discord that he's in. But, so, you said southern New Hampshire area?
Yep.
And you said hunting and guns and stuff. So what's your
Not
game
hunting.
species?
No, I don't hunt.
Oh, you don't hunt? Okay, my bad.
No, I'll let someone else hunt it. Throw it in the store. I'm not gonna hunt it. It's like me swinging a golf club. It's not gonna happen. It's yeah.
So you would. So do you just target shoot? Then I'm assuming, like, kind of like long. Do you do like long distance, like, you know, golf but for men type thing? Is that the way you look at it?
Yeah, I mean, I go to the range probably, once a week. Just keep everything, all the guns going and keep my aim good. And it's a stress reliever for me, to believe it or not. And it's not that I'm like big into guns as far as, I can. Some of the guys in our Discord, they can, they served and they can take the guns apart and make their own. I mean, I can take it apart and clean it, but I can't redo the whole thing, make one out of a beer can and a piece of wood like some of these guys. Some of the guys I are in my server, they're unbelievable, and not just alone for their gunsmith and their creativity, but just the people that they really are.
Right, I had a buddy who was considered a master at weapons. He was in the military. And yeah, like you said, that guy he'll make something that goes bang out of like a twig, a shoestring, and the guts of a fish that washed up on the shore a week ago or something like that. I don't even know. He improvises crap all the time, and it was really cool because I got to sit down and watch him. He took apart 3 guns and made one out of those 3, and I'm like, how did you even know that all fit together? Like, I'm a gun nut, but I didn't know that. And he goes, man, you just learn mills and shit, and you figure it out. Sometimes you just put it together and it blows up in your hands, and you try again.
I think the most creative I ever got was something like maybe I made a pipe out of an apple or a Coke can. That's about it.
I need an avocado.
So that's your medicine. That's your medicine. Okay.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, dude. So, what did you think about the tribute? Because the few people that we had on there, we had at least double reach out to me, at least. I don't even know about the other guys that wanted to be a part of that just a little late. But what do you think about all the love that people gave you?
To be honest with you, it was probably one of the most unexpected and humbling things I've ever experienced in the game. We made a list of people we were inviting, just to fly, and we had a separate squad all set, a diamond squad. We had 3 diamond squads at the time, and we just wanted to get 50 people, teammates and friends in. And then the problem was at the end, when people started catching wind of it, they only wanted to fly specifically in that squad with me, and it was full, and I felt horrible, turning down friends who found out late, saying, I don't have a space in this squad, but we're going to fly the second LAA squad and run that, so we can all fly together and, celebrate in Discord and all that stuff. And I didn't really, we were turning away so many people, even with 2 squads. And then, we had people from F-35, we had people from, KSA, KS-1, you name it. I mean, it's everywhere. Reb, RAS, Rock.
Even F-35, from what we just heard.
Oh no, and I tell you, those guys are unbelievable. I mean, I even got Pepsi Max to change his name. The Dr. Pepper.
Yep. And I know Pepsi. That was hard to do.
I know. I heard about it.
And then speaking of Rampage on that one too, I just saw him not too long ago when I was flying with F-35 in their last war, and he changed his name to Dr. Rampage.
And house suiting for him, I mean, goddamn, he is a doctor in the game. I mean, he's a beast. Absolutely.
I was like, dude, I was like, dude, that's great, man. Blah blah blah. Wasn't BD6 there for your send off too?
I think so.
Big Duke, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Because I got a hold of him.
Park was
I got
in
hold.
there.
Yep. A bunch of guys I knew were in there. I'm like, yeah, I'll come over. And they're like, dude, we're full up on 2 squads right now. I'm like, oh well, just give him a send off from me. You know, just send a whiskey his way or something at the bar.
Yeah, we had all different. You know, Rampage, Menace, Ronan. You know, just people I've known, and Windcutter, who never comes out, and he's just really just. Bald Eagle. I can go on, and I don't have the list in front of me, but every one of them was just so special to me to have them, one, make arrangements in their squad. A lot of these guys, the high command or command, they just, and I really just, here they just asked a couple people to come, and it just took off. It was truly humbling. It really, really was.
Well, and
all right, well, I mean, I'd like to be able to personally offer you a congratulations on your retirement, sir.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I wasn't there for the party, but I usually show up late anyway, so I mean that's just kind of how I roll, I guess.
Thank you. A little fashionably late. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, and to put it out there, Duke was the one that had the original idea of your send-off, the tribute, and Xanatos went above and beyond and started compiling all those, so people would send him messages, and he sent them to me, basically.
He is a stealthy man. He is a stealthy man.
He's a good dude. We're trying to get him. We're also trying to get him to come aboard. Doing what we're doing now, which is kind of a neat segue. What do you plan on doing? Now that you're just going to be hanging around Discord.
Honestly, I kind of right now. It's funny that you say that. I still poke the game a little bit. I look at it. I think I've flown a couple tanks, just in case, and it's kind of like an addiction. You kind of have to wean yourself off of it, as much as I tried to go cold turkey.
Yeah, it's 100% an addiction. Yeah.
And like my screen hours, I checked, for me it was my screen hours from my phone. It tells you reply. I'm like, wow, man, that's a lot of time. And, everyone's role in the squad is different, and I think that's what made LAA really great, is everyone had different roles and did different things. And, there's the relationships that you build with our squad that was really good, because we had all these other squads that we were friendly with, that we would go help, that they would come help us. And, it was reciprocated. Mm-hmm. It really worked out. And it got me to meet a lot of people all over the world, that, in a game virtually, but then also to have those side chats. And some of those side chats at night would go on for an hour or 2 hours. Yep. And you just really get to know people. And, it was just that part of the game. I wasn't expecting that. I enjoyed the Discord more than I enjoyed the game.
Yeah, 100%.
I would actually really agree with that. And the funny thing is, when I first got recruited, and I'm sure probably both of you would agree with this, and someone said, get on Discord, I went, dude, that sounds like a scam. Like, they sent me the link, and I'm looking at it going, there's no way this is legit, And then I end up talking to someone like, no, dude, it's a big chat server type thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But yeah, like I said, I thought it was a scam at first. I don't know about you, I guess, but I that was my thought.
Do you know what's funny? I look at it now, and I'm like, damn, I wish I fought it for a while, because I didn't want to do it, and that was back with OTA, and I didn't want to do it really bad. And then the only reason I regret not doing it earlier, you're going to laugh, is I wanted my number looking at it now to be lower. Because I'm like, I started way before these guys, and they have better numbers than I do. I'm like, I just wanted a better number. Like my Discord cred went out the window.
Well, it's a hard balance between,
what is your number, if you don't mind me asking you?
I think it's 7,800. I mean, it's an even number, but I mean, I should have been in the fives.
Damn.
Oh, come on, you gotta be old. You gotta be older than that.
At least, that's what I'm saying. And I see these guys, I'm like, man, my number should be, like, way better.
But listen, I want to say, you started before me, and I'm like a 33-14 or something like that.
Oh, shit, I really missed out.
Yeah. Well, it's such a fine line. It's a fine line between, being competitive and being genuine. So, I like Keg said, I didn't know necessarily what Discord was until, one day I had the balls to click on it, so look at us now. I mean, now we're the old guys.
Right, look at you guys now.
Well, we're the old guys. So...
Dude, that's so weird.
Yeah, I know. Year and a half, boys. It's almost a year and a half.
Right, a little over.
Yeah.
Like I looked at it the other day and actually kind of tried to figure it out. Yeah, well, dude, we're over that.
It's crazy. It's fucking nuts, dude. Where'd the time go? You know, and it's funny because when I was playing, like competitively, especially, it felt like it was much longer than it was, and now that we're out of it, well, that I'm out of it, I should say, it feels the opposite. So it's crazy. But I never.
Well, I mean, I just talked with my squad actually. I was like, guys, with my promotion, I need to step back a little bit. I do have some promises to war with some people that I've met, so I got to do that real quick and get that out of the way. But I do fully intend to go back to one very shortly. I want to throw that out there just for everybody. And one already knows how I feel. They're a great bunch of guys, and not to take anything away from anything here. I felt the need to throw that out there.
I flew with a lot of those guys. Double Deuce, we were on the same squad together. Park, we were on the same squad. Slate, we weren't on the same team, but chat with him quite a bit. Great people. Ghost, unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome squad. I love them guys. It's awesome. And like I told them, like, I'll be back. It's just a matter of I got some people I've been putting on the burner for a while. I gotta go say hi to everybody and make I can't talk. Make my walkabout, and then get my life settled down a little bit more because we're looking at a big move. Blah blah blah. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to be sitting in a corner and gathering dust on you. So I'll chill for a little while.
Well, funny enough, Perk and I was just talking today, and long and the short, we're only going to have one interview every Sunday. That will cut down a ton on you, and hopefully you can go back to flying and be able to do both of these things again.
I'll do both. It'll happen. It's just, like I said, it's just a matter of getting this move out of the way and everything else. But beyond that, Chips, do you, sir? Now you say you like to shoot. What is your preferred style? Is it long range with long rifles, or are you more of a handgun guy? I gotta know now.
I like handguns. I like carry, conceal. That's
okay.
Home defense kind of thing.
So if you don't, what's your favorite setup? If you don't mind talking about that for a second.
Well, I mean, my favorite carry.
Yeah.
Just your favorite plinker, your favorite whatever. What's your favorite thing you got? What?
My favorite carry would be a SIG P365, nice small, 10 round. Because I have a mass license too, so in New Hampshire you can carry whatever, but in Mass you can only do 10.
Okay.
So that's a good size, and a HK P30.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about
New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont is constitutional carry. Mass does not recognize, so you can't go from New Hampshire to Mass without a Mass license or a Utah license.
Wow.
Right, and then what's the other one? Is it Washington that's recognized in most states?
Yeah, I think it's Washington off the top of my head. I think you're right.
Something like that, because I know a Michigan carry license. It isn't good in what is it? Illinois, Vermont, New Hampshire, and there's another one, but I can't remember what that one is right now. But Illinois is like a really, really strict one. Like, they don't hardly recognize anybody's.
Yeah, New York's the same way. It's like one of the toughest.
New York.
Maybe that fourth one I was thinking of is New York.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And I know a bunch of guys up in northern New York area, because obviously if you've listened to any of our stuff before this, and I don't ever shut up about it because it's one of my passions in life, I'm big into hounds. Running hounds and whatnot, and I know a bunch of guys up there that way, and they're always complaining about the gun laws, the carry laws and stuff up there. They say it's like the worst thing to try and get it and keep it, and constantly changing stuff without like good information on it, so you're constantly technically breaking the law, but they can't really get you on it because it's so new. Love that stuff. God,
Well,
I'm like, dude, that sounds horrible.
Well, my man Kegs here also hunts bears. Like not ducks or doves, bears. This guy.
Nah, not my thing, man. Not my thing.
Not me either.
Oh, dude, it's about the most fun you're ever gonna have is listening to a good group of hounds singing, or even just 2 or 3 of them, and then you hear the jump. You know, you can tell by this tone of their voices. You know, you got the pursuit and the whole thing. It gets your blood going. It gets you excited. And then all of a sudden, you hear that changeover again with that big locate and tree ball or whatever that particular hound does. A lot of them do that locate though, and then you get into the tree and there's a bear up there and dogs are going nuts and it's a roar and it's just a rush. It's really cool. You tie them back and pick up a stick and you knock on the tree and the bear will come down. It'll take off. You know what I mean? It's just awesome. They just pet the dogs up.
No idea what you mean, bro, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Look, when you sit there talking about a bear, all I can think of is like that John Candy movie, The Great Outdoors.
Yeah.
That would be me.
Yeah. Big bear.
Big bear banging down the door. Hell no.
Well, I tell you what, if you ever make it up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan between July 8th and the end of September, I'll take you out for a good bear race.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna pass, bro. I think I'm gonna pass.
Oh, most of it's from the truck. You'll be all right.
A big bear race, no.
He's like
All
the guy
good,
from
man.
Jurassic Park. He's like, it's a good idea to have dinosaurs around.
Yeah, right?
Well, I was a buddy of mine, so he found out that I hunted bears, right? And honestly, I don't really care to kill them. They're great eating, but I don't do it for the sport of the kill. I do it for the tradition of running a hound.
Yeah.
I very rarely ever harvest an animal. I've harvested one bear, and I've been doing this for like 4 or 5 years, something like that. Maybe a little longer.
I have a question, because that made no sense. So this is all I heard. Look, we track the bear, we hit the tree with a stick, the bear comes down, and we don't shoot it?
No, it comes down on its own and runs away.
Oh, so you just poke the bear with a stick?
No, we tap the tree with a stick, and the vibrations, the bear will then come down and run away.
Literally pokes the bear.
What the hell is the point of that?
It's like slapping a bull.
It's like catch and release, man. We don't hurt the animal. We don't nothing. It's
With a bear.
yeah, with the bear. Okay, let's put it this way. So the bear that I harvested, and like I said, they are delicious, and I do intend on doing another one because my meat in my freezer is getting low right now. But he had one of my dogs in his mouth because he was an ornery SOB. And I ended up, my buddy was gonna take him, and I said, wait, buddy, wait, because he had a tag too. And I run up to this bear that's got my dog, and it hadn't done much, just kind of like, a little bit on it, no holes, no blood, no nothing yet. So I run up to this bear, and I cocked back and I punched it in the nose. And I grabbed my dog, I grabbed my hound, and I hugged him to my chest, and I dove backwards. And I'm like, now you shoot, and it's a good time. It's a really good time.
Sounds
I am
great.
not trying to laugh, man, but you poke a bear with a stick, then you punch him in the nose.
Reminds me of that video with the guys fighting the kangaroo.
I really didn't want to go before, but now that I hear that's what you really do, man, I'm gonna pass on that offer. I appreciate it, though.
Well, 9 times out of 10, the bear doesn't stay on the ground like that. 9 times out of 10, they go up the tree and you just look at it and go, ooh, look, it's a pretty bear, and then you just leave. You know what I mean?
I'm worried about that 10th time, my man.
Well, see, on the 10th time, I'm just going to tell you, you might want to hold back a minute, buddy. I'm going to go in and deal with something, and then once it's dealt with, I'll just have you come up, and when it's, secure, I'll go secure the perimeter first, I'll make sure you're safe, I promise.
It's got the high ground.
I'll be safe right here, man.
Yep. Joining a Boston Lager.
I tell you what. People think bears are the ones you got. No, bobcats. If you ever play with a bobcat,
No.
them things.
No, he says.
Them things will scratch your damn face
He
off.
says no.
How would I steal the bobcat for, man?
Because it's fun.
Because it's fun.
Bro, this is how I pass my time. All right,
I grew up in civilization, like a city and stuff, man. I wasn't like Bear Grylling it, you know?
I'm in Kansas, and I haven't done this. And we have bobcats.
Like Bear
I know
Grylls.
you do. It's fun. Like I said, this is what I do with my time, man.
Motherfuckers built different.
But there's like it's good stuff, man. I'm telling you, it's you don't have to, kill nothing. It's catch and release.
You give a redneck the internet, and he talks about bear killing.
Yep.
Bear hunting.
I didn't say killing. I said
bear
catch
hunting.
and release.
Yeah,
There's a
bear
difference.
hunting, I should say. Yeah. I love it, dude. I love it.
It's all about the bond between you and your hounds and the culture and it's seriously, dude. The first time if you ever get the chance to hear a hound sing, I'm telling you, man, you should just go on for the ride. Don't even go in the woods. Don't get out of the truck. Just listen.
Look, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I'm a cat guy because of the hours I work. If I want to experience the outdoors with my animal, man, I'll watch like Animal Planet with a cat or something like that. But I am not gonna go Jurassic Park style with a bear.
So a buddy of mine, now that you say that, we got talking about this, right? And this is the same buddy that was in the military. And he tagged along, and he's like, dude, this is awesome, blah, 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 And then I think it was the next day, we were reading an article, we were sitting around having coffee the next morning. And he was reading an article about they're looking at bringing back the T-Rex or some crap like that, right? And he's like, dude, what are we going to do if they do that? Like, are you going to use the hounds to run a polar bear to catch it and tame it, and then have a pack of polar bears to go around the T-Rex and try and put it in a tree? And I'm like, dude, did you just hear yourself say T-Rex in a tree? What the hell are you thinking?
Hey, they're coming back with the woolly mammoth, man.
Right, well, the woolly mammoth, 2024.
That's it. You better find a dog singing that key.
Yeah.
They're gonna. There's the first woolly mammoth genetically reconstructed is supposed to be born in 2024. I've been following that one because I'm curious. So they're actually taking the DNA, filling in the gaps with Indonesian elephant DNA, and then implanting that in the womb of an Indian elephant or Indonesian elephant or whatever, and then however many months later, I forget what the gestation is on the Indian elephant, but it'll give birth, hypothetically, to a woolly mammoth, but it's supposed to be 2024. Like, real deal, it's happening. They're going to have a preserve area, safe area for them. They're going to reintroduce them into the tundra of Siberia.
It's like the Discovery Channel, right? This is like the Discovery Channel right here now.
Yeah, about the time another comet fucking comes.
I'm telling you, dude, that's the plan. I'm like, they want to see what introducing megafauna back into the tundra is going to do to the climate and stuff like that, because they think it's going to stabilize it or some shit.
Well, that actually makes a little bit of sense to me, but I don't know about the woolly mammoth.
Well, the woolly mammoth is the main cultivator in the megafauna cat class. So who knows, man? I don't know. It's a crazy thing. There was actually that Forrest Galante was actually on with Joe Rogan on his podcast.
Yeah.
And that's Forrest Galante. I researched off of his shit that he put together, and that's where he's like, dude, 2024, they're legitly doing this.
Well, shout out to Joe Rogan, obviously our baby brother. You know, we want to give him a
He's
boost.
gonna catch wind of this now, and next thing you know, we're gonna be shut the fuck down.
Oh, fuck all that. I want to be a guest. Shake his hand and maybe,
Look, man,
touch his
I'm
abs.
just trying to get on ridiculously.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it.
Deer deck. Rob Deer deck.
I don't care if I'm a guest or if I'm a video up there. That's it. I just want to get on there.
Honestly, dude, I would like to spar with Joe Rogan.
Fuck that. You can take his leg kicks all you want. Nope.
I can't. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be that bad because my ass hasn't gone in the ring in god dang years. But it would be fun.
Motherfucker's
it'd be
a living
good learning
T-Rex.
experience.
He's a living T-Rex, motherfucker. Have you heard him growl?
It'd be a really. I feel like it'd be a really informative experience for someone who's trained in disciplines like myself.
It'd be something. All I know is I hear him go brr, brr. It's like, that's enough. A couple YouTube videos and that noise. I'm good. No, he's a great guy, dude. Like, I seriously, I think we'd all three love to meet him, but I mean, who wouldn't? So, yeah, if he hears about this podcast, he's throwing us a bone.
Or he's going to shut us down. Like I said, we tagged him without his permission.
That's true.
Like, what are these guys doing? They got like 10 followers. F these guys.
We can shout him out. We just, can't use his material. I don't know. He might be okay with it. He's a cool dude, though. Like, we're no threat, so.
Oh, God.
We're just guys fucking around.
So Chips, having grown up in a concrete jungle, here's a question. Do you feel culture shock when you hear people like my redneck ass talking about shit like what we were just talking about?
I mean, no, but I mean, it's different. I mean, like, I don't know. We grew up in a neighborhood where you drive down the street as a kid on your bike. There was, before cell phones, and you saw a pile of bikes in somebody's front yard. That's where your buddies were. You knew. There was no call. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, I picture you in the middle of Nowhereville. You're driving like a country mile to the nearest house, and something happened at the barn. I mean, that's where I picture you from. And that's just, I know a lot of people live like that, where there's no neighbors around and it's just open. But I need convenience. I need civilization. Modern amenities.
I mean, there's civilization half an hour away. I like to be surrounded by the trees, man.
I like trees too. I like trees. I like strip malls. I like big malls. I like online shopping. I love all that shit, man. I like
indoor plumbing.
Indoor plumbing.
I like teeth. I like.
What the heck's a mall?
Yeah, no.
Oh, you mean the grocery store? I see.
Yeah, no, it's
No, you're talking about Elaine's, the local meat market.
Market.
It's not the meat market. You gotta worry. It's the flea market you gotta worry about.
You gotta worry about them gypsies.
I didn't even realize oh my God. I'm gonna say I'm sorry right now for completely butchering that. For one, I didn't even intend to.
Yeah,
I didn't even intend to. It just came out like that, and I apologize.
I fully intended to butcher everything.
You just gotta say like 10 wicked pisses and like 5 big poppies and you're all set.
So to make it easy, I just gotta slam a couple Irish car bombs and we'll be good.
Oh, bro, I can do those all day.
As long as you're in a confessional booth, man, your sins are good.
I'm gonna have to come out there and we're gonna go Irish car bomb for Irish car bomb. Just promise me you're not gonna bury me in the sewer somewhere.
Oh man, no. I got people in my squad who take care of that.
Perfect.
I got a guy, he's a BA for a union out of New York, and I tease him all the time, and I'm like, hey, why don't you tell me where Hoffa really is? I mean, come on.
That sounds like Mac. That sounds like T-Mac.
He's in the union, I'm like, where's Hoffa?
Yeah, that sounds like T-Mac. Yeah, I know T-Mac. Anyway, let me ask you this. Yeah, I was right.
Protect the innocent right there, but
yeah, I was right about the IRA thing. Anyway, let me ask you this. What's one of the craziest stories you ever had from growing up in Boston?
I mean, I
Anything that won't get you in trouble, anyway.
I mean,
Found where Hoffel was.
Yeah, there you go.
I've been shot at. I've been stabbed. I was chased by the police as a car fire that I did not set, technically.
Technically.
Allegedly.
I got taken to the police station inside Fenway Park. We'll leave that story, the rest of it out, but I can say that.
We're going streaking.
Not quite.
Not quite. Doesn't mean he's far off, though.
Not quite, but yeah, no, the luxury suites, they don't lock, I'll just say that.
Oh.
So, yeah,
I think I see where this is going, Seth.
so those are fun stories, but nothing crazy that I, But everything else, everything's true.
I've been shot at and stabbed, but nothing crazy.
Real quick.
I've been shot at and stabbed, but nothing crazy.
What's the shooting per square mile shit type in your area or the Boston area? Like, is it as bad as like some of the places down south, like Louisiana and whatnot, or is it?
No, not even close, man. It's in New Hampshire. It's like very, very minimal. Even in Boston, it's minimal. To be honest, Mass has probably some of the strictest gun laws in the country. New Hampshire, everyone has one, so you don't fuck around and find out.
I love it. I love it. It's the same fucking thing T-Mac says.
I can respect that.
Fuck around and find out.
You know everyone's got a piece. I mean, what are you gonna do? You pull yours up for them? Good luck.
Guns make great neighbors. I'm just saying.
Well, see, and that's the one I always love, and I might get a little hate for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The way I look at the world, a gun-free zone is like the worst place to ever find yourself.
Well, I think
because the only thing that the regulations like that the only thing that those regulations hurt are law-abiding citizens, which are not the ones we're worried about.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're taking a form of defense for everyone else away, and you're just making a god-awful place for someone to go and commit a crime. I wrote my state's legislature multiple times saying that, hey, we have too many, homeless veterans and stuff like that, and I feel like we should give them jobs protecting our schools across the country if we could. I mean, you know how many veterans would jump on that one? I have multiple friends that served overseas, God bless their souls. I was not able to for reasons that you'll find out when Cool here gets around to releasing my podcast before we started this by episode. I'm pretty sure I go over it on that. But might have involved knocking out a sergeant. Anyway, whoops.
I mustn't reveal.
All the guys that I've talked to about it, whether they were from my state or elsewhere, they're like, dude, that sounds like an amazing thing. I wish we could make something like that happen. A friend of mine who sadly is no longer with us said that the rate of veteran suicide would probably drop significantly if something like that could be implemented. He said that a lot of his brothers that had done what he did before him, it was for like a lack of purpose.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And I really feel
means a lot.
Exactly, and I really feel like that would be a great way to A, give back to those who gave so much for us, and B, to put our fucking schools on lockdown. You'd never have another school shooting if you knew there was like 3 fucking, ex-Navy SEALs sitting there waiting to fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I mean, you never know what someone's going through in their personal life on the other side of the phone or anything like that,
100%.
Exactly, and it's, I don't know, I can't get any foothold in my state, but if somewhere else could start it, and maybe we could have a trickle-down effect, that's something I hope to see happen in my lifetime, or at least something similar to it.
Yeah.
But
well, it's a whole different world.
Constitutional carry should be I feel like constitutional carry should just be across the 50 fucking states.
Yeah.
That's if the bad guys are gonna have it, why can't I? Why can't I defend me and mine? Why can't I defend what's precious to me against lethal force? What am I supposed to do? Run through a fucking hail of bullets and knock them the fuck out? Ain't gonna happen. I'm not Superman. I might be able to knock someone out, but I'm not Superman. I'm not bulletproof.
You gotta learn how to Naruto run.
Yeah, no kidding. Do like a little transportation jutsu or some shit.
A little something like that.
A little matrix.
Well, I'll tell you what, hey, Dr. Chips, did you, enjoy yourself, on the podcast? This is how fast 50 minutes goes.
Nah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah. Would you come back on?
I'd definitely come back on. You guys are great. I appreciate you taking the time out. And
what about maybe
it's
thinking
just-
about New Hampshire's happening? That kind of, contribution at some point.
I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah. And no pressure, but I know people would love to hear from you on it, a weekly basis or something. So it's basically.
Weekly. Jesus, I'm not that good, man. I'm not that important.
Oh, dude, it's so easy. It's so easy. You only gotta worry about 3 to 4 minutes. Basically the same thing Gambler's doing, and it takes about a week to put 3 to 4 minutes together. Luckily, we just have a really good team. That's why we're able to spit stuff out so quick. But seriously, 3 to 4 minutes in a week. Maybe.
What he's trying to say.
Pineapples again. My man T Mac. Long live the IRA and all that shit. Just don't have me whacked. We're good.
Nah, I told him. I said he needs to get a big fat Cadillac or something like that.
I've tried to get him on too, bud. One of these days, because he'll talk to me, but I just got to get him comfortable with the idea of doing it. A lot of people get nervous, and really it's just us fucking around. And yeah, it's.
Oh, I can get him on. You need me to get him on? I'll get him on.
Yeah, we need to schedule him.
And see, that's the best part about how this started is, and that's why my episode never got dropped, is we had so much fun just cutting it up and being stupid that we just went, dude, let's try and make something out of this and have some fun with it with a bunch of people and just share it.
Yeah, it's Red Sox and Yankees, man. Nothing but love and hate between the two of us. So I'll get him.
Well, see, and 100%, and the thing is with what he was just saying, I didn't release his podcast, his show, is basically because I kind of instantly knew we had chemistry and we just kind of worked off each other, and now we got Big Duke, who's down in the South, so we've got basically every region covered, including now we have the East Coast and now the West Coast with Gambler as well. So we're working on it. We're trying to, I don't know, just include everybody that has talent, and I think you have more talent than even you might realize. So 3 minutes in a week, I think you could do it, and you might even have a ton of fun.
I might.
You never know.
We can talk more about some bear hunting.
Yeah.
I still I don't know why you call that hunting if you're kind of poking a bear with a stick and watching him run away. I mean, I don't understand the concept.
I tell you what, and everyone listening, look up a video on YouTube. It's called Defending Traditions from Michigan. And it's a very, I think it'll put it into perspective for a lot of people. And that's all I'm going to say on that one. But yeah, it's a bear put out by the Michigan Bear Hunters Association. It's called Defending Traditions. It's a great video. It's about 24 minutes long. It's a little long, but it's very informative, and it shows you what it's all about.
Basically, no reason to kill a bear unless you're hungry. Yeah.
And that's not. We're the ones that do the most advocating for the protection of the bear is the best thing,
100%.
And like I said, they are very delicious. I can't deny that.
Well, let me ask you this: do you have anything you'd like to add or promote, Dr. Chips? Anything at all?
I would, definitely like to thank you guys and everyone who sent me all their well wishes and participated in my last war, and just the message I received, I mean, I legitimately was answering every single message that I received, and it took days. And it was very touching and honestly a really humbling experience for me with everyone in the game, and just the genuine messages that they sent me. And it wasn't like a, good luck kind of thing. It was long, heartfelt, thought out messages, and it means a lot. It really does. To take time out of your day and your life for someone you know and you play a game with, it was really cool.
Well, brother, it's well deserved, and I can't tell you how much we're thankful, Kegs, if you want to add something, but thank you for coming on as well.
No, thank you guys, and I mean, we can cut out the part with you guys crying when I got on. It was very emotional, and the fangirl part can stay if you want.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We got to keep it all, even my whimpering. But I guess with that being said, I'm cool.
And I'm Kegs, and we're the fuck out.
Heading out south wherever we are now. I must have slipped and got turned around. But just up ahead